have done till questionnaire survey. We have also done telephone survey, right? So another method of inquiry. Another method of inquiry is what? Psychological testing. Page number 35. Another method of inquiry in psychology is what? Psychological testing. What is it all about? There are various tests available in psychology to test various kinds of attributes. Now you remember what are psychological attributes? Just recall in your mind. There are various psychological attributes, or we can use the words characteristics. कौन सी होंगी psychological characteristics? अगर physical characteristics की बात करते हैं तो you all know that height, weight, color, right? Many things are there. When we talk about psychological attributes, what are they? Can we use intelligence? Can we say values, interest, aptitude, right? All these are what? These are various psychological attributes. Now, in our subject, various tests are there to measure all these kind of attributes. So we are going to discuss about a psychological test. What is the method of testing these attributes? There are particular psychological tests available for each kind of attribute, right? So whenever we talk about psychological testing, you have to be very clear about certain terminology, the basic concepts of it. If I say that there is a psychological test available to measure intelligence, right? So there is a psychological test available, but to become a standardized or objective psychological test, the test has to fulfill certain conditions, right? As I hope I have done these things with you about objectivity, reliability, validity, and norms. So let us just quickly go through all these things. Objective, I have explained this word quite a lot time, and we have also done objectivity in the steps in this chapter only, right? So a test has to be objective in order to measure any kind of attribute. Now comes next, the construction of a test is a systematic process and involves certain steps. Now what are those steps? We have to first describe reliability, then validity and norms of the whole test, right? First of all, just make it clear in your mind that psychological test has to be objective and standardized. Objectivity and standardization is clear, I think, with all of you. Then come upon the next thing. The construction of the test is a process, is a systematic process which requires what? First, reliability, second, validity, third, norms. Fine, we're going to discuss all these terms. Now, what is reliability? A reliability of the test refers to the consistency of scores obtained by an individual on the same test on two different occasions. Getting the thing? Consistency of scores means, what is the meaning of consistency? Same thing, persistently, right? If a person has conducted test on intelligence on a certain day, right? And after 6 days, if I give that test again to that same person to do, so the scores should come more or less same. If a person's IQ I have tested the first time, it was average, right? There are certain categories whenever we test IQ of an individual. So there are categories below average, average, above average, intellectually superior, fine. So on the very first time, the person has scored, which shows that he is having average IQ, or we can say average intelligence. After around 6 to 7 days, I again give that particular test to the same person and he does it. And again I scored and the result was same. IQ again comes as average, fine. So this is what consistency of scores. Scores are same on conducting the same test, but on different occasions or on different time. So this is what reliability. Now comes two types of reliability: test, retest reliability, and the second one is split half reliability. These types you don't have to study in detail, but just for your knowledge, we can just discuss it. What is test, retest reliability? It indicates the temporal stability for stability of the test scores over time. It is computed by finding out coefficient of correlation between the two sets of scores on the same set of persons. This is also similar to the reliability only. You all remember what was correlation? Yesterday only we have done what is coefficient of correlation, right? So test retest में क्या कर रहे हैं? We are conducting the same test on the same person but on different occasion to find out just the correlation between the two set of scores. And after that, we can also go for finding the coefficient. What was coefficient? The strength and direction of that relationship between the two variables, right? So test and retest. Once you conduct the test and again you are retesting the same person, right? So this is test, retest. Just a brief introduction is required. Do not go in detail. The second one is split half reliability. Now, what is it? It gives an indication about the degree of internal consistency of the test. This is based on the assumption that items of a test, if they are from the same domain, should correlate with each other, right? If they are from different domains, example, apple and oranges, then they would not. Have you got the thing? What is happening in split half reliability? Suppose a test has given to a person, fine. The questions were from one domain. Domain means any topic you are taking. Suppose you are taking fruits into that domain, fine. So into that domain, if questions are from fruit section, the person will score something. And when you are testing it again on the same person, but you have changed the domain, now you are giving questions from vegetables. See, this is a very general and very simple example just to make you understand. So whenever domain is changing, that means the questions are also changing. So the result would be different. They will not correlate with each other. Fine. So this is all about split half reliability. So mainly there are two types of reliability. First one was what? Test, retest. And second one is what? Split half reliability. Split half means that you have divided the questions into, suppose 20 questions are there. So 10 questions are from one domain and another 10 questions are from another domain. So just to find out that how these scores or how to what extent these scores match with each other. Fine. What kind of consistency is there? Now next comes the important term validity. Validity means what? It refers to the question that the test measure what it claims to measure. What does it mean? Does the test measure what it claims to measure means what? Again, I'm giving the example. Suppose intelligence test is defined. So does that test consist of questions related to different kind of intelligence or not? If the test is consisted of different type of questions related to different types of intelligence. See, intelligence are also of different types. Intelligence, we can say emotional intelligence is there, social intelligence is there, right? So if that question claims that yes, it is measuring the intelligence, so the questions which are there in the test would measure the should measure the intelligence of that person. Age group should be